Hey, this is Max from AskMetalMax.com. Probably wondering, what is this place and what are we doing here? Well, you know, here's, well, we're interviewing a brand new Madison act, but not just any Madison act. I got Q and I got Evan of the band.
The Skizzwhores.
Yeah,
No
Skizzwhores.
the. It's just Skizzwhores.
Okay, all right.
Depends on how you're talking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If
Okay.
you're speaking with the Brooklyn accent, then you might want to go with the.
Of course, yes. Well, so as I said, these are Skizzwhores. So why don't you fill us in about yourselves and what do you do in the band?
I'm Q, and I'm the lead vocals and the guitarist.
I'm Evan, and I play bass and sometimes sing.
Maybe there's an occasional duet somewhere, huh?
We haven't written a ballad yet.
No.
Okay. Now, I would ask you, to please describe your music for those who have not heard it, describe your music.
All right. We've been dubbed a grunge smear band because we have a lot of 90s influence, but we're also an all-around, regular punk band, but not just we're not an average sounding punk band, which is, I guess, why we were dubbed grunge smear. What would you say, Evan? You want to add anything?
I don't know, we just play weird rock and roll music.
Rock and roll.
Wow, weird rock and roll. Okay, so you mentioned some '90s influences. Why don't you list a few of them? Tell me what they are.
My favorite 90s, I love the whole Riot Girl scene, some early punk rock, also more, I guess, like late 80s too, more hardcore. We also love Nirvana, all of us.
The Slits.
The Slits, fuck yeah, typical girls. He's a huge Sonic Youth fan, so.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a fact, actually.
When it comes to '90s acts, some of that stuff's pretty good. I'm a huge Alice in Chains fanatic.
All right.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Billy
Yeah.
Corgan! He
Yeah,
has a
I
huge
like-
man crush on that penis.
I'll bet.
Only you guys say that. It is somewhat true, though.
It's true. It's okay.
Well, as you can see, we're kind of getting into the depth of certain things here. So yeah, obviously, this is your CD right here.
Oh yeah, this is being released today.
All right. You got it's I believe it's called Insomnia Mania. Got 11.
Beautiful artwork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam Francis.
obviously.
Check out the font on that. Just fucking state of the art. Just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Sam, our friend Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good too.
Ian
Looks
Curtis.
pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Now obviously there's 11 tracks on the
Yeah.
album here. I'll tell you what. How about I name a couple of the tracks?
Go
and you
ahead.
give me the story behind
No problem.
behind them. First track is called Blacklisted.
Sure. Blacklisted had another name originally, which I can't remember, but it's an all-around, normal, political punk rock, fuck you in your face kind of song. And I played it once live at Summerfest when I was playing acoustically alone, and I renamed it Blacklisted because I got blacklisted from playing that set.
Okay, and here's another one. Here's one. The Heroin Gun.
Heron Gun. That one's one of my more serious in-depth songs. I've struggled with addiction, and it's about any other people who have struggled with addiction. And it's about just using the gun as a metaphor. Like when you can either hit or miss when you're using drugs. Some people die, some people miss, and they get better. So it's about getting better.
And just like you, just like me.
You want to talk about that one? Just
That's the
instrument-wise?
song that we were dubbed a grunge smear band from some newspaper in
Yeah.
Arizona.
Oh wow.
But I play the bass on it, and it is wonderful. And
Basically our theme song.
was that a bass pun?
Yeah? I don't know. Was it?
Basically.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, this is obviously. So obviously, this is not your first album.
Actually, it's our first full length.
Okay. All
We've
right.
had EPs and demos.
All
but
right.
Yeah.
First full-length album. Okay.
And
So
I've been wanting to write. I've been working on some of these songs since I was 16 years old.
all right.
And finally got the right guys and the right lineup, and now we're
So-
a unit.
So yeah, now in terms of recording the album, like, you know, how did you decide the number of songs that were going to go on it, you know, versus, like, I mean, for instance, how many songs did you record for this album and whatnot?
We recorded with our friend Tyler Peterson.
Peter Parker.
Peterson?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we recorded 16 tracks, and then
Had to cut some.
put some on the EP, put some on the full length, and
So we've got some never heard before. So maybe someday we'll put them on when we're dead.
I don't know.
Don't be rushing
We'll
don't be rushing yourselves to the grave so soon. Now obviously, I think it's awesome. You know, first full-length album and all, and now I understand that you guys have a show tonight at the High Noon Saloon. Why don't you talk about that for?
All right. It's called Girls Kick Ass Fest 3 because it's our third one, and yeah, it's all female-fronted bands, and it's promoting like females in rock and roll music because you know back in the 90s, as I was mentioning before, Riot Girl was a huge thing, and
oh no.
I don't know, it's making a comeback because Babes and Toyland got back together. L7.
They did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
And Babes, okay, and also L7.
Great bands, by the way.
Yes, Slater Kinney, Joan Jett got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a great year for female-fronted musicians.
You know,
Kathleen Hanna's
metal.
better
from
You know,
being
believe it or
women.
not, women in metal music are also on the rise too.
Yeah,
Do you know?
I've heard-
What's your opinion about that?
metal. You know, I never got into too much into the metal scene, but I enjoy going to the shows. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's all rock and roll based, so it's great to see
Okay, yeah. I
females
mean-
rocking out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at all the other acts out there, like you have like you know, In This Moment, Arch Enemy,
Yeah.
Nightwish, all female-fronted metal bands and whatnot.
Right.
And you mean there? Oh yes, can't forget about Lita Ford.
We got Joan Jett. We got some of the Runaways, like we're mentioning. So.
Yeah,
She's
so
married to Blackie Lawless,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is weird because
Blackie
I was
Lawless
kicked
of
out
Wasp.
Yeah, I was kicked out of a Wash show actually, but that's a whole other story.
well, we don't need to get into the gory
No.
details
You'll
there
tell
then.
me later.
Now, so obviously, obviously, you know, you guys probably, you know, find the spare time to write as many songs as you can. And I know this is already new and whatnot, but
Yeah, we're
you-
releasing it today. So.
yeah, I know. What I was gonna ask is like, you know, on occasion, if you find creative inspiration behind something, do you tend to like, you know, write new songs and whatnot, even you know, as say like you know, for inspiration to use on later stuff?
Yeah, we're actually working on material for our second album coming up here. We're going on tour in 2 days, East Coast for.
Who are you and who will you be touring with?
This is our first DIY alone tour. You want to talk about last year's tour a little bit?
Yeah, we toured with last year, like around the Midwest with This Is Gonna Tickle from Green Bay, and yeah, we went around Iowa,
Just Midwest.
Missouri,
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
that other state with Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah, Illinois.
Illinois.
Cute. Now you've probably played a lot of different types of shows before. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Have you played with a lot of diverse acts? You know, like
I
metal
mean,
bands or
we've
hardcore.
played with Alien Ant Farm. We've played
Okay.
with.
How do you think the crowds reacted to you?
We got actually kicked out of the venue and kicked out of that show, and we Alien Ant Farm, they're kind of sexist actually. The guitarist didn't believe that I could play guitar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we when they were playing their set, we kept telling them to play Fat Lip, you know, some 41 songs, and they did not like that.
Oh my
We
gosh.
put all of our empty beer cans in their touring van.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a good
A
time.
bunch of other things happened.
Now one last
Cool, my keys.
one last question I have to ask you.
Sure, no problem.
Now,
You're
one of the
driving.
things that, you know, a lot of independent bands, you know, especially in this area, do is like they put together like, you know, music videos of some kind.
Yeah.
Are there any that you guys are hoping to do for this album?
Oh, of course. We have a lot of live videos on YouTube. We do, Wisconsin. We did a Wisconsin episode. With,
Oh, okay.
With Damsel Trash, who did the other part of the episode.
Oh wow.
But
One from that castle
the castle.
in Missouri.
Oh yeah, the cesspool.
Ferguson.
Castle.
Yeah, Cesspool Castle. There's a live video.
Yeah, the whole set.
If you're ever in not Ferguson, what's that? Joplin. Joplin, Missouri. Visit the Cesspool Castle. Best basement venue I've ever been to.
Yeah, but the bathrooms
The
look
guy,
like gorillas
the
got
guy
raped.
is like just a brilliant hoarder, and he's got all this outdated technology in this perfect stage in his basement, and like he just makes it all work. And then he videotapes and puts it on YouTube. So
But,
Cesspool Castle.
As far as music videos, I think we want to do one for Just Like You, Just Like Me, because that is our,
Yeah.
main.
Your anthem?
Yeah, basically, definitely. And we'll do a few other ones. We might do a stop motion one. So we'll see,
Okay.
see what the future holds.
Oh yeah, well, it all depends on money though too, because
Money
you
and
have to
If we
have.
had time, we would make a video for every song.
I
on
mean,
the
obviously,
I'm
we're
sure
rich.
you would.
We're rich, obviously. So.
And now, if there was any band you would love to play with, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, there's so many. Definitely the Distillers. They're my favorite band. Joy Division, but they're dead. Babes in Toyland, L7, any of those bands, really.
And what about you?
Sonny Sharrock.
Oh, okay. If you say
Well,
so.
he's a jazz improviser.
Oh, okay. All
He
right.
did the theme song to Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, yeah. I can't wait to hear more about what you guys are up to in the future. I have a feeling it'll be pretty good. And like I said, maybe on your next album, in the liner notes, you could put Ask Metal Max down as one of the thank you notices.
Maybe. Yeah, we might have to, since you asked politely.
And like I said, all you metal fans out there, these guys. If you listen to these guys, you'll probably like them. I think I will.
Might.
At least try to have an open mind. But it's not like I'm interviewing Nickelback here or anything.
We're a Nickelback
Oh, they're
cover
coming
band.
out with a new album.
Oh, you are?
Why do you know this?
I don't know.
Oh,
I read it in People
just joke.
magazine.
Oh, we're just joking around. Yeah, you know that. Anyway, yeah, check these guys out. I think they've got a promising future ahead of them, and and we'll catch you later on the flip side. AskMetalMax.com.